Hi, gorgeous. Welcome in. It's been a minute since I've seen you guys because things have just been mental. I don't know if there's any other corporate girlies out there working away at a 9 to 5, but whoo, it's been brutal out there, let me tell you. But I hope you're doing well. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your summer. And we're going to just do a quick reading. I just wanted to check in. Today felt like a really beautiful day to check in. It's 7/7 currently when I'm filming this. It just feels like a really lovely, lovely day. And it's a good day for manifestation. So if you haven't done a little manifestation ritual yet, be sure to do so tonight. 7/7, always a good one. You can find some other folks who will talk more in depth about it than I can here, but we'll just do a quick little reading and check in for you. But let's start. Let's take a couple deep breaths together and just tune into what's going on. And I hope you're doing really well. I don't know if you're in the Northeast, but it's been very rainy up here. So hopefully people are enjoying their summer. It's not too hot where you are, or too floody, or all of that good stuff. But let's go ahead and dive in. We're going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle cards, just to kind of tune in and see what's going on here. Can't believe it's already July. Half the year has gone by already, which is wild. And I'm really trying to get back on here more regularly because I love doing these readings. I love connecting with you. If you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Very open to whatever folks are kind of seeking. You can also book a one-on-one reading with me with an energy healing attached. I also have 1 hour or one hour. I mean, they are probably 1 hour, but we have more than that. A one question sort of poll, which, is easy just to kind of like get in, get out, see what's going on. Or if you're, open to doing coaching, I'm a certified health and wellness coach. And so I have a new sort of offering called the Foundation, where we go into all of the wonderful things, mind, body, soul, health, wellness, to make you whole and complete. But let's dive in here. We have Keepers of the Earth, the Initiation, and Pleiades. So Keepers of the Earth, you're not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So if you've been feeling a little bit alone, I know that I've been resonating with this, just feeling kind of lonely these days, like, between like work being crazy and not being able to do a lot more of this. Clearly, I need to be connected with my ancestors. So maybe you do too, if you're feeling a little bit of that like loneliness in your life and like something might be, missing. Feel free to tune in. I think the ancestors want to tell you that they're here to guide you and to give us inspiration, but also wisdom is what I'm hearing. It could be your ancestors. It could just be ascended masters. I'm also seeing on this particular card, there's some animals here. So if you've had an animal that's, crossed over, or if you have any special spirit animals that you connect with and resonate with, I think they want to talk with you. I think they want to let you know some wisdom that you need to hear right now, because there might be some changes happening in your life, is what I'm feeling going on. And it feels like we need to open up our heart space a bit. Maybe that's where the loneliness is coming in, and just feeling a little bit like you need something to fill your heart space and fill your cup back up. So tune into spirit, chat with your ancestors. You can do it out loud. I've started just talking out loud a lot more. I'm not normally that person, but like I love talking to my dog. She thinks I'm crazy. I don't care. It's just fun. It's a way to sort of like get what's inside out for me. Even if it's just like nonsense, it's nice just to be able to just, hear my voice sometimes. That's not just about work, work, work. So I think that's what it is. I think it's tuning in. It's, letting your heart and your throat connect, and hearing and feeling and knowing what it is that they want to be telling you today. Because it kind of feels like it's for this season too. It feels like it might be for the summer of, what they want to be speaking to you about. And if it's, especially if it's summer where you live, Keepers of the Earth, it's time to go outside and connect, with Mother Nature and all the beautiful trees that are out, and the flowers that are blooming, the vegetables that are growing. All of that stuff is what I'm getting from this particular card. Because, yeah, it definitely feels like there's change, the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So maybe even contemplating leaving something or coming out of something. It kind of feels like maybe you've been like in the cave here and now you're ready to walk out into the light, or go through a portal opening. 7, 8, 9, all of those are great sort of like portals. The 8 is also the Lion's Gate portal. So maybe we're leading up to the Lion's Gate here of you, it feels like you've been like doing your homework and now you're ready to bring it out into the world. And the rite of passage. Let's see what the book says actually for the initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold, because it definitely, like what I'm getting for sure is, moving from one place to another. So you could be physically moving, you could be spiritually moving, you could be looking for, for a new group of friends, again, going back to the you are not alone. The initiation could also be saying like you're ready to start a community or find a community that speaks with you, like your soul tribe, and you're ready to come out, like it could be that you're someone in the spiritual community and you're ready to come out of the spiritual closet. Um, could be something like that. Okay, 68. Sorry, I got a little distracted there. 68, the initiation. Some of the most scary, sorry, Freudian slip there. Some of the most sacred initiation chambers and temples look scary from the outside. I knew there was a scary in there, but are breathtakingly beautiful on the inside. This represents the journey that the soul pilgrim is required to take to reach somewhere sacred, but only the initiated can enter. Perhaps that's where you are now. You're being tested, initiated because you are headed somewhere sacred. Initiations require that we cross the threshold from one world or state of being to the next. We are called to face what scares us and have to be willing to lose it all in order to gain a new way of being, of safety, of security, of depth, of meaning. Initiations, like rites of passage, mark the shift from one age to the next and can take place because of emotional turmoil, great loss, grief, or devastation. But it is through the seeming hardship that our heart cracks open and our spirit is invested to step forward. We take the sacred voyage into more of who we are and who we came here to be. Ooh, I love that. It can be painful and scary, but once we begin the journey, we become more ourselves than ever before. If you're in the middle of initiation right now, you will get through it, and one day soon, you'll bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open because the world needs you open. You're going somewhere sacred. It will be worth it, and you're closer than you think. So maybe this is where the ancestral support is coming in too, because you've been in the middle of doing something or you're ready to start something new, but you need support from spirit on the other side to help guide you and to, yeah, again, give you that wisdom to keep going or to know what your purpose is what I'm getting to and be able to step into the light fully because the world needs you. The world needs you to show your actual purpose and not just, your who you say you are at your job. And I think that's maybe what this is. The support is coming in to help you understand and help fulfill that purpose and maybe even help like shake up your DNA to get you to where you are supposed to be, to where you are in a remembrance of who you actually are rather than who that you think that you are. And maybe that's the scary part of the initiation is of course like taking that leap, and like doing it and recognizing it and saying like, "Ooh, I am this," or "Ooh, I am that." I am a channeler. I am a psychic. I am a tarot reader. I am an energy healer. Or it could be I'm a death doula. I'm a medium. It could be anything like that. And your ancestors are here to help support you and remind you of who you are and what you're meant to be doing here. Oh, this is so deep. I love it so much. And last card we have out here from the Work Your Light is Pleiadians. So maybe you connect in with the Pleiadians. It says double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So maybe that's part of your purpose is to, be a light worker in this world and to really help others see the light and be part of this journey that we're trying to do here, to become to the new earth and to be our best selves and to show love, really. I think that's what we're missing a lot in the world is love and showing that we care about one another, we care about Mother Gaia and everything like that. And I think that's maybe what this mission is here. If like all of the sort of like spiritual things or non-spiritual things, honestly, you could be like wanting to become a nurse, or like changing career directions, like whatever it is that's going to help uplift humanity and be of service to one another is, I think, what we're trying to get out of here. And we have plenty more decks here to look at and to explore and to kind of see what else is going on. So let's see. Let's go into, I think, angels and ancestors. It's one of my favorite decks. It's from Kyle Gray and always has just such wonderful wisdom here. Then, of course, we have the traditional tarot and spirit allies. And then if we need to, some angel answers at the very end. But let's see what angels and ancestors have to say for this deep work that you're meant to be doing here. And I feel it. I can feel, oh my gosh. Okay, we got a whole bunch coming out here. I can feel, yeah, the change is coming, and summer's part of that change, right? It's like when people, or when Mother Earth really comes into bloom, and it's like, here's my full colors, going into fall. Like, here's what it is. Here's my beautiful harvest. I was, taking a walk with my dog through the like local lighthouse the other day, and I just like started getting a little choked up of just like how much the earth gives to us, whether it's like shade on a, really hot day, or just the flowers and the plants and the vegetables that's just given to us as just naturally grown, and just the bounty and just how beautiful it all is. And I think that really just called to my heart in terms of, giving instead of just like taking all the time, which I think is so important for all of us, is to give back, or to, instead of just consuming, to like create. So what are you creating and bringing out into the world? Because yeah, oh my God, seriously, I didn't even look at these cards before saying all of that. And we have two earth cards here. We have Earth Guardian and Earth Mother. So if that's not a sign about all the things that I've just been saying in terms of giving back, and connecting in, we have stay rooted and grounded and feel loved and comforted. God, this is so beautiful already. And I'm so grateful, Spirit, to be like giving this out today and just being your channel to say all this stuff, because I think it's just the gratitude that we're all looking for, and wanting to connect back and to give love to one another, to give love to ourselves and give love to, Mother Gaia and everything. Just like, I think if we stay rooted and grounded, understand that we have a higher purpose and our ancestors want to help us get there, and uplifting one another and giving back to one another and giving back to Mother Gaia, like that's so freaking beautiful. And then lastly, from angels and ancestors, it's traveler. It's moving a new direction. So whatever has been tugging on your soul and for your purpose here, I think that's what's being called, like stay grounded and stay rooted. That's the most important thing. Like sometimes I feel like we're so into wanting to connect to the divine and opening up our crown chakra, our third eye, and all those sorts of things. But what if it's already open? What if what you really need to be doing is connecting down into the earth, and staying rooted so that all the information can come channeling in and can come flowing in without your body, like reacting in ways. Because if you're grounded and you're rooted and you like just bring all that energy down in, it has a place to go, so it's like you want to bring in new energy, but then also like expel all that extra energy back down into the earth. So the more rooted and grounded that you are, the more you're going to be able to open up your other chakras and be able to take in that information and then be able to, give it out into the world. So that is the message here for sure, is one, definitely time to move into a new direction, especially if you have spiritual gifts, or you're looking to, serve humanity, things like that. This is a great sign that it's time, you're ready. The spirit is ready to help you. But the most important thing for you to be doing too is also just, grounding in. So make that your daily ritual. We'll make that your homework, make it my homework too, of just grounding in and doing just like, simple meditation in the morning where you just, breathing, connecting in, and we can go through it at the end and we'll just do like a quick sort of energy healing, clearing, but a grounding ritual. At the bottom of the deck is Lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. Again, this is so crazy. I love when all this happens of just like, it's all connecting. The cards are showing what I'm getting coming through. But again, it's about being able to, fully enjoy what the earth is giving, the bounty and just the love, the specialness that we have here. And as I look outside, it's like I'm just surrounded by woods here. So it's just like so wonderful just to look out and see, green, and it's raining, and everything is just like coming to harvest. Like enjoy those rewards, enjoy those little moments that maybe we all take, sort of for granted, of just like, oh my God, I, went to the store and I bought, some apples, versus like when you go to like the farmer's, market, or a local farm stand. If you look, live in the country, or like are visiting the country, you're able to see the people who like actually like tend to the earth and feel it more connected to it. I think that's so beautiful to also be able to sort of like recognize and bring in. Excuse me one second. Again, it's just appreciation. I think it's love, for everything that we have here, and not letting it go to waste, but also not taking advantage of it. It's like just being able to say thank you and feel gratitude for all that we have, all that's been provided for us. Like, of course, like money is important, and money is like, just part of how we as humans have to deal with our day to day. But getting rooted and going out and putting your feet on the earth, like go picking some strawberries, or some apples, throwing some beautiful local corn on the grill, and just like savoring in the beautiful bounty that we're all are just so lucky to have. And just taking those moments just to pause and just feel that gratitude, I think, is so important. Um, and when you have that gratitude, the gratitude comes out of you. And it's just like a really beautiful cycle. So again, instead of taking, it's kind of about like the gratitude and then giving back, whether that's your energy, and like being of comfort to someone else that you love, or being able to plant something or help someone harvest, or helping someone through a hard time. Like, how can you give back? I think that's what your purpose is trying to say here. And what these cards are saying, it's all cyclical. It's all about giving and receiving, but appreciating that we're able to do that, I think, is so important. Okay, let's look at the traditional Rider-Waite here to see what other messages want to come out. We've already had a lot of really beautiful messages come through, so thank you, Spirit. Just again, showing that wonderful gratitude. Oh, we have the Two of Cups coming out. Yeah, again, for me, Two of Cups is, it's about like love and reciprocal love, and giving and receiving. So you might be, having a new relationship coming in, you might be deepening a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be, romantic. Again, it's about the like recognizing the give and take. Again, Two of Pentacles. So it's about the balance, the give and the take, the like trade-offs sometimes, if you will, but just, recognizing where things are in balance and out of balance in your life. Because again, I think with like the waves in the background, things might be feeling a little turbulent at this time. And maybe that's the message here too. It's like you feel like, all right, well, I have a stable job, it gives me a nice salary and, health benefits and all those sorts of things. But I feel pulled to be doing this, or maybe these should be inverted, because like the guy's looking here, or the person that's looking here, this is what I want to be doing, but this is what is keeping me afloat my day to day. So it's about the balance. Can you do one on the weekend? Can you volunteer? Can you do energy healing sessions like on the weekend or outside of your 9 to 5? I know sometimes the 9 to 5 is really, really draining and it sucks your energy, which is why I have not been, here very often. I just don't have time, the mental and energetic capacity sometimes to be able to, channel in and do this work. But maybe that's what it is. It's about recognizing the tumultuous sort of emotional state, I think, that you might be in, and recognizing that it's not the only thing in your life. You have other things that you want to be doing, that you're drawn to be doing. So how can you either balance it or recognize that it's out of balance and drop potentially a pentacle, which is so scary to say, I know, especially when we have the Four of Pentacles here, which is very much about like your, security and foundation, and just feeling like, oh crap, I got to hold on to things because I just don't know what's around the corner. And I think that's again tapping into your, your ancestors and letting them sort of guide you, and Mother Earth guide you and make you feel grounded and connected. And loved and supported in that way. because I feel you. Like, it's really scary when you know that things are uncertain in life, but you also kind of know, you feel this pull to what you want to do. It's really, really scary. And it feels like you want to clutch on tighter, but that's not what we're about. We're meant to be giving and receiving again, of like, you can't be holding on to these pentacles. It has to go back into the universe. Like, I love to be frugal. I hate taking a toll road if it's gonna, cost me $10 more for 3 minute savings. Like, that to me doesn't make sense. But there are times when giving the pentacle is an energy exchange as well. So where are you holding on to money, but then it's hindering you in other areas? For example, like, let's say you have a lot going on in your personal life, and you want to be out seeing your friends, but you also have to clean the house. Like, if you're in the financial means and you're able to, hire someone to clean your house, can you maybe do that like once a month, and it will free you up to do something else, and it will help bring the energy exchange, because money is also, currency. Money is currency. Duh. Money is also energy, so you're helping support someone else. Of course, this is also about, like, if you have the sort of, funds available to do it. But what is something you might be, can you offload something in order to buy you more time? Because time is our most precious resource, that's for dang sure. But it also then means that you're giving back to other folks, or, putting money into like an energy circulation, which will come back to you tenfold in ways that you might not realize. So you might think, I want my money in my bank account. But in reality, if you had more time to then devote to your other business that you want to be getting off the ground, is that money then more well served to be going in that way? That's what I'm sort of getting here. And I think the Queen of Wands is giving us all the courage to be able to do that, to have the confidence, to know that what you have is good. What you're here to offer is really beautiful and bountiful and inspiring and encouraging, and people are going to benefit from it. If you're a leader, if you are showing others the way, if you're tapping into your mystical side with that cute little black cat there, and tuning into the more spiritual aspects, or, that's could be symbolism of someone who's, who's passed over. That means something really special to you. But how can you be the leader? How can you inspire others? How can you show up for others, in this really fiery but wholehearted way? When you think about wands, you think about the fire element. It's creativity, it's passion, it's joy, it's courage, really. So let the Queen of Wands guide you, amongst all of these things, to start, putting more of one foot in the right direction, move in a new direction, put one foot in front of the other. Know that you have the confidence to be doing all of this. If you've been doubting yourself, Spirit wants you to know that you're meant to be doing it. You're meant to be a leader. You're meant to show up in this way. And you're meant to show others how it's done, and be a true leader in that aspect of whatever that is. And let's see, on the bottom of the deck, we have Justice, the Emperor, and the Hanged Man. And what's so funny is, like, all three of these, what's standing out for me is that they're sitting on thrones. All three of them are sitting on thrones. So that means that they are, the leader. They're the ones that people turn to, back in the, medieval days, or, ruling class days, when people actually sat on thrones. These are the people who made the decisions. They made the tough decisions, but they made the decisions that people had to abide by. So what decision are you looking to make in your life to help inspire others, or to lead others, to become their best selves? Because the Emperor truly is like the absolute leader. So these are the bottom of the deck of what you're not seeing. Justice is making that decision. It's knowing, weighing the pros and cons, but the Emperor is like going forward and actually doing it. So use the Queen of Wands as your inspiration for courage, to make a decision and then go out and do it, and to lead everyone in this new path that you're trying to carve. And there's a Hangman here. So it's like, if you do feel like you've been, waiting for a sign, or you just feel like you're not ready yet, the Page of Swords is here to tell you this is your sign, to move in that direction that you've been wanting to do, because the Nine of Pentacles here, these are also like just all at the bottom of the deck, is telling you that there's a fruitful reward. I can't say that, fruitful reward for you here. If you follow your passion, you're going to feel contentment, you're going to feel joy, you're going to feel delighted, really, and just like fulfilled is kind of what the, Nine of Pentacles is. You've been doing all this hard work. You've been letting spirit guide you. If you think about the hawk and what that sort of means, always a message from spirit. You've been doing it in conjunction with spirit, and now your bounty, your beautiful bounty, is coming in because of all the work that you've put into it. And it's going to take a leap of faith. It's going to be a new beginning coming in for you, but it's going to have a lot of rewards. And this is what we're meant to be doing. So it's time. I know it's scary. Trust me, I get it. But Spirit wants you to know they have your back. Stay connected. Tap into your ancestors. Let them guide you with the wisdom to know that this is the direction you're meant to be going in. And yeah, it's going to be fucking scary. It always is. Change is scary. But it's necessary, because otherwise, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be sitting at home and like in your comfort zone, and like, I love that. I love watching Love Island. I love watching Summer House and all the drama that goes with it. But that's my comfort zone. That's not getting me to grow and to become a better person and to be able to serve other people. It's doing none of that. I mean, it is like a sociological experiment when I watch reality TV, because I'm just like, holy shit, people are crazy and all their crazy comes out on TV. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm not giving back. I am consuming, I am not creating, and we're meant to be creating here on Earth as humans. That's just what it is. Okay, so now we have Spirit Allies, which is one of my favorite little decks here. Always has some good stuff in here. So we have the Unicorn 46. Oh my God, how cute. What an adorable message. We'll see if there's anything else that wants to come out before we open up the book and read about the unicorn. But maybe that's what it's saying, is you are a special unicorn. No one else is like you. No one else is doing what you want to be doing, so don't be afraid to shine your light. Unicorns, typically hide, and they're mystical beings, but it's time for you to come and show that beautiful magic that you have. We also have Durga. Ooh, I don't know what that is, so we'll definitely have to read that. Durga, number 4. Sagittarius, 57. So I don't know if you're a Sagittarius, you have a Sag rising or something, one of your prominent planets in your chart is Sagittarius. We also have Scorpio. So 56, Scorpio, 56 and 57, Scorpio and Sagittarius. If any of that resonates with you, leave a comment down below. Let me know, if you're a Scorpio or Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. Oh, those are fun. Sagittarius, rising, sun, moon sign, all that great stuff. But in the meantime, let's look up 46 unicorn. And let's see what we have to say here. Magic is real. Oh, I love it already. Past the towering trees and the misted forest floor, unicorn takes a sip from the river. Its black coat glimmers in the sunlight that peeks through the leaves, and its horn sparkles and shines. It looks out at the natural beauty that the forest presents. Dew-coated leaves catch its eye, and fragrant wildflowers engulf its senses. What did I tell you about just like enjoying nature? Shit comes around, I'm telling you, I love it. Unicorn teaches that magic is not limited to extraordinary events. You guys, see, what did I say? Magic can be found from the moment you wake up to the moment you let your head rest at night. Whether it's the flowers that open in your morning tea or the way that the sun shines just right before it sets, best time, golden hour, beautiful. There is always magic to be found. Remain open to the mystical simplicities that are sprinkled throughout your day. Sometimes it's these little pieces of magic that can turn the hardest of days around. It's about being in the moment, and appreciating this beautiful world that we live in. Like, we're so lucky, and if you're not able to get out into some greeneries from nature, go on YouTube and like look at like Planet Earth, and just like watch beautiful documentaries about this incredible planet that we live on. And let's look at number 4, Durga. My energy is worth protecting. A deeply revered deity in Hinduism, Durga is referred to as the mother goddess. Her name can be translated to fort. I read that really quickly and I thought it said something else. I thought it said fart, but it's not. Translation to fort. in relation to her highly protective nature. Durga is often associated with motherhood and is pictured with 8 arms that each holds a symbolic object. Your energy may be feeling drained or fragile, and it is important to protect it. The stories of Durga's fortifying nature are a reminder of how essential it is to remain steady in your boundaries. This doesn't mean that you need to shut everyone out, but rather create conscious relationships with others who will help to lift you up. What we're talking about, feeling alone and not finding your soul tribe, crazy. Determine what values are important to you and search for others who feel the same. Oh my God, can't make this up. Stay vigilant with others who cross your path to be sure that you don't energetically feed them more than you need to. Focus on shifting yourself into your ideal vibration and witness how you attract people who align with the aligned version of you. That's so beautiful. So guys, I'm going to leave it here, but really the message that I'm getting, and hopefully, to sum it all up, if you guys all got this too, it's that you have gifts that you're meant to share in this world. It's scary sometimes to bring them out, but you're meant to be doing it. Let your ancestors, let Mother Gaia, let all of that support you, because you're meant to be bringing beauty into this world. But don't forget about all the beautiful moments that happen, just like here and there throughout the day, and appreciate and have gratitude for all of it. And if you're feeling alone, you have your ancestors, you have other folks on, you have folks on the other side, confirmation burp, angels, archangels, ascended masters, they all want to help you in this journey, because you're really meant to be doing something for others, moving in a direction to help uplift humanity and to bring your light out into the world. And so we'll close super quick with a little grounding meditation that you can do whenever you're feeling. It could be first thing in the morning. That's typically when I like to do it, of like an energy cleanse and a grounding. You can do it if you're having you just came out of a shit meeting and you're like, what the fuck just happened? First of all, when that happens, shake it off. Literally just like shake like a dog. Helps reset your nervous system. And then just do like a grounding meditation, focus on your breath, bring down that heart rate, all that good stuff. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. I want you to put both feet on the ground. I'm going to do that now. I'm sitting cross-legged. So put both feet on the ground, if I could speak. And inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Have one more big breath. Inhale. And exhale. And I want you to picture 3 or 4 giant golden roses, and they're sticky and they're going to just cleanse all over you. So I want you to imagine them, going all through your aura, through all of your chakras, your physical body, just scrubbing out, any energy that does not need to be lingering on your body, in your energy field. So go ahead and let those golden roses just scrub, 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 scrub. Up and down. And then when that's done, you can go ahead and pop them and let them shower golden energy around you. Then I want you to think of a beautiful golden jug. And it's full of the most magical, warm, stunning golden liquid inside of it. And it's going to be placed on top of the crown of your head. It's going to slowly tip into the crown, pass through your third eye, into your throat chakra, down into your heart, in your solar plexus. This golden liquid goes down, down, down into your sacral, in your root chakra. And then I want it to go all the way down your legs, into your feet. And this is where we're going to connect with the earth. So now I want you to think of your feet being really rooted and really solid into the ground. You can think about, plant roots or tree roots, or if you want like one grounding cord through the bottom of both of your feet. And I want you just to think about your roots growing into the earth. You're now becoming so connected with the earth. She's supporting you and grounding your energy. And your roots are going to go down, 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 down into the center of the earth. And you're feeling so connected and so grounded and so rooted. And now we're going to pull some energy back up from the center of the earth. And now it's going to come up, up, up your roots, up your roots, up your roots, up your roots, into the bottom of your feet, up your ankles, up your shins, over your knees, up your thighs. This grounding energy is going up, 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 over your hips, into your root chakra, over your hips, into your sacral chakra, up your stomach to your solar plexus. This beautiful grounding energy comes up, up, up to your lungs, in your heart chakra, up. Let's go up to your shoulders, down your arms into your hands, and then back up again. Now it's going to go up your throat chakra, to your jaw, your mouth. Just relax. Up your nose, in your cheeks, your eyes, your third eye, to the top of your head, and out the crown. So now you have a beautiful mixture of divine energy, that beautiful golden divine energy, mixed with that grounded, rooted, comforting earth energy.